Today, I want to talk about the worst consoles for the video content creators. Not in terms of the popularity or price, but purely when it comes to how convenient they are for making gaming video. This wasn't a planned video. Originally I was going to cover how much it costs to be a gaming YouTuber in 2025, but the surprise release of the Oblivion Remastered on Xbox,
This is the 27th of last seed.
my own frustrating experience how I was trying to record it, made me switch gears. As usual, a few ground rules for this video. I won't be talking about consoles prices, because it's a whole separate topic. I'm also skipping the Switch 2. It's too new and I don't have one yet. And I won't be including personal computers as well, since I don't have one.
For a YouTuber, a console isn't just something to unwind with in the evening. It's also a tool, and any tool should do its job well. In this case, that job is simple: run the games you need and make it easy to capture footage. So, let's look at consoles from that angle. Let's start with the Switch. On the surface, it's a solid little console. It's got two major strengths. First, Nintendo exclusives. If you want to play Zelda, Mario, or Metroid, there's really no legal alternative. Second, portability. And it's really well done. You can take the Switch on a trip to the beach or just chill with it on the balcony. Personally, I often play indie games out on the balcony, but the moment you try to turn that experience into content, that's when the magic falls apart. The Switch is an absolute nightmare for recording gameplay. The built-in capture is only good for short clips. To record real footage you need an external capture card. That means extra costs, extra setup, cable chaos, and all of that kills the simplicity that makes the Switch so appealing in the first place. Sure, you can play anywhere, but turning that play into a video, get ready to jump through hoops.
So, Switch is great for playing, but not for filming. When I need a Switch footage, I often end up using clip from other creator. It's convenient for gaming, but making content with it, it's like trying to cook sushi or a campfire. You can do it, but it's a painful process. Let me introduce the console that always made me throw an external SSD through the room, the Xbox Series X. This whole video actually started because of it. From the outside it looks promising. Quick Resume is a fantastic feature, you can switch between games instantly.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It even has a dedicated record button. Sounds like a dream, right? Just hit the button, record, edit, but no. I have an external SSD model Samsung T7 that I wanted to use for recording. I plugged it into the Xbox and got a message saying it doesn't support USB 3.0, which is weird because that USD definitely does. So I start digging. It turns out to record to an external drive, the Xbox needs it formatted as NTFS, but the console itself cannot format drives in NTFS. And I use a Mac which offers exFAT and can only read NTFS but not write to it. So I ended up this in ridiculous loop. Xbox wants one format, PlayStation wants another, and I'm editing everything on a Mac. Don't even get me started on the Steam Deck.
Trying to record Oblivion turned into a surreal ordeal. I had to go back to the option where Xbox saves short clips to internal memory, then send them to the Xbox app. From there I could upload to my phone, then to my computer, and then finally start editing. Way too many steps just for some 1-minute clips.
Eventually I managed to record 4 minutes of gameplay manually, with several steps of non-user-friendly interaction. It's honestly kind of ironic. A console with a dedicated record button that seems to forget its job is to make record easier. Second place. Let's move on to the Steam Deck. It's an interesting device and as a portable console performs pretty well. Not as light and grab and go as a Switch, but still portable. Plus plug in a USB-C display with a keyboard and mouse and you basically got a PC. And a great update dropped about a year ago. Valve added background gameplay recording. That was awesome. I can just play without worrying about whether I'm capturing every moment.
But like with Xbox, the devil's in the details. The deck records in its own native resolution, which isn't very high, and it can only handle smooth footage in older games, recording something like Heroes of Might and Magic. Sure, Baldur's Gate, not so much. The biggest issue is the export process. To get a full gameplay video, you have to switch to desktop mode, find the files, hit export, and only then you get a usable video file. After that, you need to transfer it to an external drive or cloud storage.
The worst part: export speed. A 2-hour video might take half an hour to export, if you are lucky. I eventually hacked my way around this by writing a little tool to transfer a file over Wi-Fi and figured out how to use terminal to export clips in seconds instead of hours. But let's be real, not every content creator is also a programmer. Yeah, finally I managed it, but it wasn't convenient at all. I'm not even sure if this is a Steam Deck problem or just a Steam export problem. Even with my Mac, exporting from Steam has always been painfully slow and glitchy. First place. Now let's move to my favorite, the PlayStation 5. This console just works, no joke. Right out of the box you can start recording without spending half of the day setting up. No capture cards, no weird formatting issues, no nasty surprises. The PS5 can record up to an hour of gameplay and it works beautifully.
Forgot to hit a record button? No problem, just save the last hour with one button. Everything's built into the menu. No apps, no weird rituals.
Sounds weird? I know, but even that was easier than some official workarounds on the other platform. Later I plugged in a flash drive and things got even better. Record, save, edit. No quality loss, no frustration. Zero barriers between playing and creating. This is exactly how it should work for a creator. Sit down, play, record, edit. Simple, comfortable, human.
It may sound like I'm just praising the PlayStation, but honestly for making gaming content it's as plug and play as it gets. You could even do basic editing on the console itself if you really wanted to. And if I don't have anything to complain about, that probably means there's nothing worth fixing.
So that's how my personal ranking shaped up, from the totally content hostile Switch to the nearly perfect PlayStation 5. Hopefully, this breakdown helps someone save time, money and sanity if you are thinking of diving into game content creation too. Overall, the only platform I can fully recommend for the content creation is the PlayStation, maybe the Steam Deck too, a little. The rest are really more about playing games and making content about them. Thank you for watching, and до виджения!